Okay. This microphone is your work. Hello everyone, it's me, Blader Dragon Sonic, back again with round 7 of the Formula E Monoposto Championship. Sorry if the aspect ratio looks a little bit weird. I'm not too sure on how this is going to get exported, if it even gets exported at all. But for round 7, we're here for the first ever Bucharest Prix. That's right, we're heading to Romania. And of course, I don't know how to pronounce the capital city. I do believe it's pronounced Bucharest. I know this. Please tell me how to pronounce it in the comments. You're Romanian, right? Yeah. So let's head to the grid for the first ever Bucharest Prix. And of course, it's the homeboy Inet Baminas on pole from El Carlos and the Blader Dragon Sonic rocking Lewis Hamilton's 2013 helmet. Then it's UK, Catfish, Milestone, Ravo, and Mechanovic in 8th place. Then it's Yusuf followed by averaging 10th, then Marcus Nelson, and then the Audis of Daf Sanchez and Patuco. Up next is Gallagher, Medicis and his teammate, Wally, then DiSierra, Gabri, Alan Lee, Paul Rock, Gamer Cat, and in last place, Lewis Hamilton, who actually had quite the unfortunate qualifying session. He actually said his first lap time got deleted, and then the second lap he was on, his brakes failed. So for the first time ever, we're in Romania, and the Romanian driver is on pole as he guns for the Nissan. All 5 lights go on, and we go green in Bucharest, and that is quite the good start from Inet Baminas. El Carlos, however, coming up to draw on side, but he doesn't have traction on Blader Sonic, somehow managing his way up into second, but El Carlos gets himself back up into that second position. Catfish almost got into 3rd place there, but he's fighting UK ball over that 4th position. So Blader Dragon Sonic's position on the podium seems quite stable for now. So it's Baminas who leads at home from El Carlos and Blader Dragon Sonic. Then it's Catfish and UK ball as Lewis Hamilton's been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision with what seems to be one of the Renaults. Yes, it is Alan Lee from the United Kingdom who has been involved in that. And that is also Debris there, up in 17th, ahead of his teammate, of course. He started quite a bit ahead, but Lewis Hamilton didn't make up too much ground. The two trolleys are both on the hard tires for whatever reason. Maybe they're thinking about the long game. But it's true, however, about the rumours of bad tyre life being the norm around here. On board with Blader Dragon Sonic, trying to send it down the inside. Can't do that at the first turn. Inet Baminas is the lead, is about a second long, near or thereabouts. On board with Blader Dragon Sonic as he's now gone past El Carlos. That is now case for the Nissan driver in his swan song season. He's gotten past one of the newer drivers, not exactly a rookie. We will almost definitely get a rookie next season unless Ender Dragon Danny comes in to fill in whatever missing slot is going to be. That's going to be the slot at Renault, probably. If I get this correct, Blader Dragon Sonic is going to leave the championship. His seat at Nissan will be taken by either UK Ball or Inet Baminas, depending on who finishes higher in the championship, the Drivers' Championship. Then P. Sierra takes whoever leaves and their seat. Then who? Oh no, that is the question that will have to be figured out next season, probably. Blader Dragon Sonic, however, is half a second away from Baminas, but he's got a half-second gap away from El Carlos, but he's on the medium tyres, so he's not going to have that much better traction coming out of turns. As you can see, he's lost time coming out of turns. So on board with the Cherry Blossom Nissan, as it's been affectionately dubbed, and he's still trying to close in. He's not really doing too much of a good job. There have actually been rumours that 2 teams might change coming into Season 9. When this video drops, the Mexico City Prix for Season 10 will have released. I want you guys to put in the comments right now, just for engagement and stuff, who you think will win in Mexico City. Unfortunately, me living in the United Kingdom, it means that I have to buy a TNT Sports subscription, or pirate, but I would never pirate. On to lap 4 of 19, however, 15 to go. Mechanovic with the new fastest lap of the E3, and Ina Bamnes almost relinquishes his lead to the E3. He goes side by side with him through the 2 now. Bamnes just about holds on to the lead of his home race. He's going to try and make the most of his races in Envision if he actually gets to leave the team at the end of the season. Currently, he's behind UK Ball quite a bit in the Drivers' Championship. But with a result like this is going to be exactly the mental boost he's going to need. Getting past the multi-time world champion. In fact, he's the only world champion on the grid. When he leaves next season, there will be no world champions on the grid unless he gets beat this season. That is the stranglehold that this man has held on the championship. The team's championship, Jaguar, a bit of a tussle. Not anymore. They won a bit, but not anymore. Coming down the main straight then, as look at the mini-map. Sierra's going pretty slowly, but yeah, that's the burden of the hard tires. Mechanovic pulls out, Blade Dragon Sonic pulls out. Blade Dragon Sonic takes that run on the lead, gets that lead coming through 1, but back through 2. He slammed the door shut as Mechanovic still fights over 3rd place. Blade Dragon Sonic goes side by side with Ina Bamnes to only lose the lead of the Prix, coming out of 5. He had the lead for a bit there, but the Romanian said, nah, I'd win. And he does win that position back. I can't believe I weaved it a meeting. You guys should probably subscribe to the channel, by the way. Only 3% of the people who watch my videos are subbed. That is criminally low. You should subscribe right here, right now. We are trying to go for 500 subscribers. As soon as I get monetized, by the way, guys, I'm going to be releasing a cover of His World from Sonic 06. Yeah, I'm gonna sing. It's gonna sound like ass because it's gonna be in one take. As you can see, those soft tires have actually begun to blister. He's sending it down the inside once again as Blade Dragon Sonic for Nissan Edams. He's taken the lead and he slammed the door at turn 1. How has he been able to do that with that much car control? He's into the lead with 13 to go. Bamnes, however, tries to send it back down the inside. He's got the tighter line coming through these turns. He's going to know this track better than the man. But even then, he's not ahead. Blade Dragon Sonic from 3rd on the grid into the lead, and Ina Bamnes has been knocked off of that lead of his home E3. Meanwhile, his championship rival UK Ball is having a few issues with getting past Bamnes' teammate Revo. He's doing exactly what he needs. Just sticking with that HWA driver like a mosquito and goes side by side through this long triple apex turn, and UK will still drawn an awful hand to try and get past the Italian driver. In fact, those who from Catfish down, they're actually losing out quite a bit on the lead. Bamnes is trying to send it back down the inside, and he has sent it back down the inside, and Marcus Nelson has decided to pit with a bit of tire wear being a decided problem. We might get a bit of Team Radio's Blade Dragon Sonic sends it down the inside. It's also close between the top 4 in general, only a second separating these guys. So let's see if these guys have anything to say. Because I'm pretty sure you guys watching, you know how Team Radio works. And on board with Bamnes, those softs shredded like wheat. The mediums, all the Alcalos behind, they're faring quite a bit better, but a little blistering is still blistering. Catfish and UK Ball's actually gone past Catfish and Ravo now, but those softs aren't done. And into the pits comes Diamonus, Mechanovic, and Miles Stone. Miles Stone behind his teammate. He's been given preferential treatment on pit stop. Bit weird, but you know, some things happen. More drivers actually decided to come into the pits with this lap. I'm not going to be able to name off every single one. Looking at Yusuf's pit stop here, and that was a pretty nice one. On board with Alan Lee, who also decided to come in this minute. In last place, I think, GamerCat and Polrock are going to be close to him. Coming through turn 1. He's not lost. I actually wish he was. But taking a look at the top 5 now. Blade Dragon Sonic, he's definitely coming in. El Carlos, it's going to be between El Carlos and Catfish, between coming in. And Blade Dragon Sonic is in. El Carlos has stayed out. Catfish has stayed out. UK Ball and Ravo are both in, so it's going to be a Jaguar 1-2. They're both on the medium tyres, which kind of makes sense as to why no one is ahead. This was taken before the pit stop. Babin is happy with the fact that he's even in the podium at all. Sanchez and Noir both in the pits. Just a point on the series as a whole, I've just been so happy that I've been able to do 7 seasons of the championship already. Even if season 7 was a bit of an afterthought, I'm still glad it happened at all. I'm glad that I can be back in 2024 with another one. I'm ready for you guys. I wonder if I can get a season out every month. No, it's called Burnout, I think. Babinus, however. I think I forgot to mention this, but Inet Babinus has undercut Blade Dragon Sonic, and Mechanovic is currently with the net 3rd place. UK Balls actually had no benefit from doing that. And Cash leads with El Cos in the pits. Tuco, he's going to decide to stay out for another tour. On board with Blade Dragon Sonic, and he's a second or so behind Babinus. Medicis is in. And look at that, that was El Carlos coming out in the middle of all of this traffic, basically. He's had to let Stone go by unless he wanted an incident to happen, which no one wants to see. Looking at UK Ball then, in 9th place, he's got little hope of actually salvaging anything from where he is right now. It's 3 seconds off the back of Ravo. As Inet Babinus and Batuka are actually having a bit of a scuffle over second. GamerCat's in, but Batuka is actually holding up the Envision, and this is perfect for Blade Dragon Sonic. He's quite a bit behind the Envision. As you can see, that's Blade Dragon Sonic. Ball is now ahead of him. Ahead of him is Babinus and Batuka. El Carlos in the fastest second sector of anyone, as Catfish now pulling into the pits. As we look at the minimap, Babinus has cleared Batuka, but Blade Dragon Sonic not as lucky. Into the pits comes Batuka. Blade Dragon Sonic DRS here. With 9 laps to go. Out running order is Babinus, Blade Dragon Sonic, and El Carlos. He's just sending up the inside with Mechanovic. Where's that come from? Absolutely nowhere. If you were taking a better look at everything, you would have seen that better. But into second place, it's the soft tire runner of El Carlos, and I'm going to specify that because this is going to be a 2-stop race. He's going to finish on the mediums, isn't he? That's not going to be a strategy that's going to be worth following at all. Absolutely not. Pollock is in the pits now on his hard tires, the only hard tire runner left. is Sierra in 17th place. 49 percentile away, that's not exactly motivating for anyone. Catfish has actually come out ahead of UK Ball. If that's true there, not too sure on how this is gonna render. Catfish's front tire was then, and that's not because of any issue with the car, it's just the game lagging out. Carlos to the fastest lap of the E3, and with that fastest lap of the E3, sent it down the inside on Ionet Bamanis, and he's taken the lead here in Bucharest. Leads Ionet Bamanis, the man driving his home city for the first time, and Blader Dragon Sonic. These three drivers are probably three of the most exciting prospects we've seen in this championship's entire history. Carlos, a rookie who just got into the sport and started being consistent from the get-go. Ionet Bamanis, a man who has had the machinery to win since day one and has been delivering for his teams. And Blader Dragon Sonic, 6 world championships. Enough said. We've also got Mekanovic, the man from Turkey, representing his country, and he's doing a fine job for HAA Race Lab. Miles Stone, a man who came into the sport quite disappointingly, as Blader Dragon Sonic takes second place from Ionet Bamanis. Not a very good second half of the race for the home boy. Miles Stone, didn't really have a good first impression at Mercedes, but slowly and gradually improved into the man who is now capable of both race and podiums like the team needs him to be. Quavo, he's just kind of a jack of all trades. He can be a Max Verstappen on one day and a Daniel Kvyat on another, and on some days he just turns up and becomes Valtteri Bottas and just scores an adequate amount of points. And the same could actually be said for Catfish and Cable. Nice, that's my assessment of it. I'd like to see what you think in the comments down below. If you've made it this far into the video, please comment water bottle, because I need one right now. So going on to lap 14 of 19 then, 5 to go, as my vocals chords shred into oblivion. Carlos leads, Blader Dragon Sonic second, and Ionet Bamanis is third. Then it's Mekanovic, Miles Stone, and Catfish, Ravo, and UK Ball. That is your top 8. With 5 to go, and we've got 4 more laps where you can feasibly make a pit stop now. For everyone who isn't Polarock, you have the next 5 to do, so that's fine. Polarock and GamerCat are actually fine for making another pit stop if they want and see it hit, but those hard tires ran quite a far distance. It's just that distance didn't come with any performance. If there was performance in those hards, they would get used quite a lot more, but they don't. On board with Alan Lee, whose mediums have actually started to blister. Not an encouraging sight. Same could actually be seen on the leaders right now. A bit of blistering appearing and forming on the cars as Mekanovic is in. And he's got a bit of a groove forming in his medium tyres. He's going on to the softs to finish the C3. And you can see that groove on the leaders as well, especially pronounced on Ionet Bamanis. Something tells me that the top 3 are all going to come into the pits within the coming laps, or not come in at all. That is how this race is probably going to end. It's going to be down to tyre management. And if you don't come in, you're going to have a better shot of actually winning this race with a bit more of a comfortable gap. But if you don't come, you're going to have tyre problems, bad tyre life, and an increasingly risk of puncture, so you're going to have to drive slower. That's a very silly. The Prix is actually the slowest team, sadly. Not really making any upgrades in the off-season. Just been a bit sad to see. El Carlos either leading by 3 seconds is a very encouraging sight to see. The Jaguar, the top three, deciding to stay out as Miles Stone comes in. Another driver to come into the pits, coming to a bit of tyre wear there, and he's on the mediums. The soft tyre runners should be feeling a bit more pain if the drivers on the mediums have already come in, especially the two Jaguars. Stone comes out on the softs to attack the last few laps. Does he come out ahead of Mechanic? No, he does not. That's 25 minus 3 seconds for that pit stop. That was 22 seconds that you need for a pit stop gap to come out ahead. Mechanic is currently looking as if he's got a net second place on the cards. Later, Dragon Sonic's not going to want to pit at all. El Carlos, however, is probably going to be fine if he pits or not. In comes Davies and Alan Lee, drivers that rarely get spoken about, to be honest. Not just Hamilton, let's take a look at him. He's actually had quite a good race. He's extremely tyre wear thing. Lap 17 now, Miles Stone with fastest second sector and into the pits. Is that Ravo? Yes, that is. Ravo is in for his second stop in the C3. Comes out on softs. And Mechanic is almost definitely going to be ahead of men. And you can see, you don't even see him. Yusuf is in. Ravo's come out behind Miles Stone as well. And that 22-ish second gap that Blade of Dragon Sonic needs has evaporated, and the same can be said for El Carlos. They're gonna need to come in now and hope for a bit of yellow flags in Mechanic's area. Looking at the mid-lap car, it's gonna have to come from the trolleys. That's gonna have to come from the trolleys and or Miles Stone tangling with Dash Sanchez, and the guys behind Mechanic are currently fighting for all that it is worth for them. It's got to be a box lapping job, but that's never going to happen with the kind of speed in the cars that they have. But Blade of Dragon Sonic and Catfish are both in the pits. So it's Carlos who leads from Badness. That's a 7-second gap on board with Mechanic. And my calculations were correct. As you can see, he's leapfrogged them both. Miles Stone, however, with the fastest lap of the E3. These new soft tyres are going to work for them. So the guys who have just pitted might actually get a bit of advantage for the fastest lap. All they need to do is break into them very easily. They've got one more lap after this one to charge it full blast, full power. Looking on board with Blade Dragon Sonic. Can he take 6th place? It's going to be quite the fight to do so. But that was your last opportunity to come into the pits. The tyres you're on now are the tyres that you're probably going to have to finish on. And for you Cables, for Badness, and especially for El Carlos, that is the worst news possible as we go on to the final lap. El Carlos leads 7 seconds ahead of Inet Badness, who is a further 7 seconds ahead of U-Cable, whose teammate is chasing him down like Jaws. Then it's Miles Stone, Catfish, Blade of Dragon Sonic, and Ravo. Then Batuco, Marcus Nelson, Yusuf, Dash Sanchez, not Lewis Hamilton, Aldrich and Gallagher, Nawali and Medisas, Dayre, Sienna, Alan Lee, Gamercat, and Polaroid. That is your current running order. On the final lap of this E3, into the pits comes Gamercat on 38%. On board we go for El Carlos, and he's on 29%. Halfway through this final lap, these are critical percentages for him. Mechanic, however, he's looking at a potential podium here. Catfish with the fastest first sector of anybody, 24.0, but coming into the penultimate turn. And El Carlos has done it. He has done it with a one-stop strategy, with tyres screaming for their lives. Coming out of the final turn, El Carlos wins. the Bucharest Prix. Aina Babnis at home comes home with a second place finish, and the team's going to be very happy with that. Will there be team orders in place for HWA race lap though? With Mechanovic coming down the straight, and he's not going to take second, but he's going to take the fastest lap. Catfish resets that. Blade of Dragon Sonic does not reset it. Bravo is even. That was very close between Marcus Nelson and Polar Rock. That's how slow he was going on 35% tire wear. And what a finish! Action all across the grid without a single major incident occurring. There was no need. I'm taking it back. I am taking it. Just what a race! And this is your podium then. El Carlos wins in Romania, in Bucharest, for the very first time from the home boy, Aina Babnis. Unfortunately for him, he took pole, but he couldn't convert it into a win. He lost a single position over the course of the Prix. Then it's UK Ball in third place with a very good race at the end, managing to make those tires last. Then it's Mechanovic, Milestone, Catfish, and Blader Dragon Sonic. Ravo's up next, then Batuco, Marcus Nelson, Yusuf, Daf Sanchez, Aldridge, not Lewis Hamilton with that 5-second time penalty, has dropped him down one position. Then Jake Gallagher, Mohamed Wawi, K. Medicis, Debris, who cares, Sierra, Alan Lee, Polar Rock, and Dana Cat. In the driver's standings, Blade Dragon Sonic leads on 124 points from El Carlos on 108. Then Ravo, and in the battle for that at Nissan, it's UK Ball currently leading on 74 points. Then it's Mechanovic on 969. Then Milestone on 58, and Aina Babnis on 50. That is not an incomprehensible gap, however, for Babnis to make up over the course of the season. Then it's Catfish, Marcus Nelson, best of the rest on 21 points. Actually, very close to Catfish, in fact. Then it's Gallagher, Daf Sanchez, Adam Lee, Medicis, not Lewis Hamilton, Polrock, and Aldridge tied on 6 points. Yusuf, Debris, and Debris and Batuco are tied on 4. Then it's Gamercat, Hammer Wawi, and T-Sierra all yet to score. In the constructors' standings, coming into the next race in Baku, Nissan Edam's lead on 182 points from Jaguar on 147. Then it's HWA Race Lab on 43. Envision's up next on 136. Then it's Mahindra Racing on just 26. Dragon Racing on 24. Upshape Audi Sport on 19. DS Cheetah on 11. Renault Sport on 9 points. Guri on 8. And Trulli on 6. We shall see you guys next time for the Baku Prix.